Yo, 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 what's up? Um, so I just wanted to briefly discuss. Well, I hope this is a brief discussion of basically the. All right, so there's this topic is pretty personal for me, but why do guys? Why don't guys? I should say. Why don't guys date women that have kids or women that have multiple kids? Now, this could be a woman that is in her 18s, 19s, and early to late 20s. So this could be an older woman, like in her 30s to late 40s. So this is pretty much just women, not like kids or teenagers or whatever kind of weird shit you guys are into. Um, so yeah, what why do guys why don't guys date women that have kids? And pretty much the reason is because guys don't want to have to take care of someone else's baggage. Like, if a guy gets you pregnant, that means that's your and his responsibility. And when another guy steps in and says, "Wow, I really like you. I really think you're cool and everything," and it comes to mind that, "Oh yeah, that's right, you have a kid," or so it's kind of like it's a turn off, but it also depends on the guy. Like personally, some guys want kids and some guys don't want kids. You're more likely to guys that want kids. This might not be so much of a problem for, but really, I'm talking about is guys that don't want kids. They'll become squeamish and they'll be like, she has kids, yay! So they'll be more likely to run, and you won't have as much of a chance dating a guy that doesn't want kids. So hypothetically speaking, you have to set aside time to be with the guy, date the guy, and just like make sure that he understands that he's important too. That it's not just about your kids; it's about starting something romantic and beautiful, and kind of like you know adopting or should I say constructing a relationship where it's where you have time for your kids, but you also have time for him. And the thing that I think women don't really understand is that there are things that are more important than your kids. I mean, if you're starting out having a relationship with someone, of course, there are going to be things that are more important than your kids. Like, for example, the relationship. I mean, think about it. If the guy senses that you're, and I'm speaking to the women, of course, if the guy senses that you don't really show any real interest in the relationship itself, or you and him don't have any romantic time together, the relationship's going to fall apart. Because every relationship needs, some form of romance. When I say romance, I don't mean sex or the generic, hey, I'll take you out to dinner and a movie type of thing. I mean just like sitting down, looking at the stars together, talking to each other privately, where there's no one else around, just the two of you. So there has to be that, and the reason there has to be that is because that's how it is in all romantic, lovey-dovey relationships. That's how it is in girlfriend-boyfriend relationships. That's how it is when you start dating someone and you're trying to get serious with them, and that's how it is when you what I'm looking for. That's how it is when you that's how it is for married couples. Because if without that level of romance and privacy between the two of you, there's going to be nothing but conflict. Well, maybe not conflict, well, a little bit of conflict, but ultimately it's just all going to fall apart. So you know, there has to be something that's keeping the relationship up and going. And sex is important, but it's not the most important thing. I know that's weird coming from a guy saying that, but it's very important, but it's not the most important. I mean, if you honestly can't even, just have a private evening with the guy that you're into, how are you going to be able to even lead up to sex? It's all combined as one. Women, and this is something that I've heard recently. A woman is, what did she say? She said, a woman, she said, if you want to be in a relationship with me, you have to accept my kids because my kids are a part of me. Well, that's half true, that's partly true, because a woman is just the one person in that relationship. The entire relationship doesn't revolve around that one woman, because that one woman makes up just a portion of the relationship, just like the guy makes up a portion. It is the two people in that relationship that make it a whole entire relationship, meaning one man and one woman equals a two-person relationship. Get it? It's that I have to use math to explain my views on romantic relationships. Just saying, kind of bad. I guess this just shows that I'm thinking about school too much. College. Once you get into it, you never stop thinking about it. But anyways, back to my point. A relationship's important when you're trying to get seriously involved with someone. And again, women tend to forget that if the guy doesn't feel important, he's going to walk off. Doesn't matter if he's the baby daddy or if he's, just some brand new guy. How both people feel in the relationship equally matters. And it's not always about your kids. Not when it comes to a two-person relationship. Because when it comes to a two-person relationship, that's two people. Your kids are your responsibility until the relationship grows and until he feels like he wants to be a father figure for your kids. If he never wants to be a father figure for your kids, then it is just your responsibility. So you have to completely understand that and respect that before you can truly have a respectable relationship with the guy, especially if the guy is not even the baby daddy. I mean, I mean, because the worst thing that could happen is you get involved with the guy, and then and then he decides that, hey, I don't want to take responsibility for your kids. I don't want a relationship with you and your kids. I just want a relationship with you. And then he ditches you while you're pregnant with his kid. Now you'll have your baby daddy's kids, and you'll have the new guy's kids to deal with all on your own. So it's very important for you to understand that his feelings matter too, because if he feels uncomfortable with your kids, you're fucked. So again, just keep in mind that a relationship, there are two people, and three's a crowd and four's a nightmare. So if you have two kids, it's a nightmare. If you have three kids, it's crowded. So you have to set aside time for there to be just, you and him, and then there's time for you and him and your kids, whether it's one kid, three kids, 12 kids, whatever the fuck number of kids you have. And that is very important. That's actually one of the most important things to having a successful relationship, and you have kids. And again, I'm talking to the women. Now, guys, my bros, my bro hands, my bros, my bros. Let me check one more thing. Okay. What the hell is that blinking thing? Well, anyway, so yep. So there's guys. Just wanted to talk to you directly. This is just to the guys that do not have kids and are looking to start a relationship with women that have kids. If you're like me and you don't really care for kids, like you don't hate them, but you just didn't never even wanted to have a kid, best of luck to you. The way I see it, I normally wouldn't even. I would normally just avoid a woman that has kids like the plague. But I've changed a little bit in a few years, especially since I started school. So like a woman that has kids, it's still a really scary thought being with a woman that has kids, but it's not scary. Like it's still an option for me. Like I don't really run from a woman that has kids like really, if there was a physical woman standing right beside me and I really liked her a lot, and she told me that she had kids and she wanted to, start a romantic relationship with me, I'd run over there. I mean, I love the idea of being in a romantic relationship, but the thought of being with a woman that has kids scares me the fuck off over there, man. I'm just running over there, or just running over there, running, running, running. Well, you get the idea. So now, I mean, it doesn't bother me as much. It bothers me a little bit, but I think as long as I personally, and this is very important, but as long as I or you, if this is your situation, if you genuinely care about the woman, um, and you don't mind dealing with her kids, um, yeah, you should give her a shot. But if she makes it feel like, oh, her kids are a part of her, and in reality it's just her baggage, because that's all it ultimately is. It's her baggage. Just like you have baggage, she has baggage. And if you're a type of guy that doesn't want to have kids and doesn't want to be looked at as a father figure, her kids are gonna come off as a baggage, extra baggage. And if you're willing to deal with that baggage, um, you know, because you genuinely like her, because you genuinely care about her, or whatever, however deep your feelings are for her, then go for it. I mean, there's nothing to lose. She can't make you take responsibility for her kids because they're not your problem. Also, don't ever feel obligated to pay for her kids or to cater to her kids, because they're not your responsibility. You just basically, the relationship you need to have with a woman that has kids and they're not your responsibility. You just need to be high friends. That's what me and some of my friends refer to it as, high friends. Hi, you just hi, and again, especially if they're like if they're just kids, you can just become their hi buddy. Like, hi buddy, how you doing? And that's it. You don't need to have a long drawn out conversation with them. You don't need to make silly faces or anything like that. I mean, I'm talking about like small and young kids. So I mean, they're not your kid. Also, here's what I recently thought of. I'm terrible with kids. I have no real experience with kids. I babysitted my niece once when she was really young, and that's about it. And even then, it's like my mom was there, so once her diaper started stinking, I would just take her to my mom, and my mom would pretty much just my mom would pretty much just clean her diaper. Of course, this was when I was also very young. So, um, my point is that um, you just have to look at it like this: hang out with her friends. It's, I'm an evil genius. Hang out with her friends. And if you're like me, you don't know how to really act around kids, especially kids that aren't yours. Just hang out with her friends. It's brilliant, because how her friends treat her kid is how you should treat her kid. Because when you think about it, her kids are not responsible. I mean, her friends are not responsible for her kids. It's brilliant, isn't it? So when you hang out with her friends, whether they're female friends or male friends, whatever, just treat her kids like her friends treat her kids. If her friends if her friends like hug her kids and says hello and gently gives them like a stuffed animal or something, like a really cheap $2 stuffed animal, then it's okay for you to do that. So use her friends as guinea pigs for what you should do and what you shouldn't do when you're around her and her kids. It's brilliant. It's like I said, I'm an evil genius. Well, other thing, I'm an evil genius. Evil man, evil. I'm an evil person, genius, boy. Yeah. So I mean, you don't have to like hate the kid or resent the kid. I mean, because it's not your responsibility. Just if she ever asks you to pay for her kids, be like, dude, fuck you. Just you don't have to do it because it's not your child. It's not your problem. It's her mistake. And obviously she has the kid. She's raising the kid, so obviously she loves the child. So you don't have to really build a relationship like that, because it's possible for you to get too attached. Like once you start to like the kid, and this is just based on stuff that I've read, because I've like the closest I've ever been to actually dating a chick that has kids is, well, other than the chick I'm dating now. I mean, there was like one other chick that had a kid, and but she was an older woman, and her daughter was like 15 or something. So I got the, oh, you're not my daddy, or you're a jerk. She used to call me a big bitch. But I dumped the older woman, and I think her name was Melinda. Yeah, I dumped Melinda, and I never had to speak to her evil black daughter again, which I forget her name. But like, all I remembered about her daughter was that she played soccer. Weird. Well, soccer's not even a real sport. I mean, it's just a bunch of stupid people kicking the ball around, and nothing ever happens. I mean, they kick it into a net like once every like whatever minute. It's boring, crappy. But anyways, my point is, it's okay to date a woman that has kids, but just remember you have no obligations or responsibilities to her kid. I know I don't. I know I don't. And the chick that I'm seeing right now, she's really cool. Like she's my ex, but we've had a somewhat decent history, and I think that because of her kids, my ex, she's matured a lot. She's not the same person she was when I first started dating her way back when. She's matured a lot. Her name's Ashley. I hope she doesn't kill me for putting her name on YouTube, but her name's Ashley. On the bright side, I have a lot of friends named Ashley, so it's not like you're going to be able to figure out who I'm talking about. So I guess that's a plus. But anyways, like she's really cool. We were friends for a short amount of time, and then we just lost contact. But it's like now we're cool again, and I'm hanging out with her, and she's really cool. I mean, she's fucking hot. I mean, but anyways, um, nice things to say. Nice, respectable, mature adult things to say is that she's a respectable woman, and I think if it wasn't for her kids, she would have never ended up that way. So in my situation, it's a good thing that Ashley has kids, because she wouldn't be the woman today without them. I mean, her kids make her happy. And when her kids drive her crazy, it's fun to just laugh at her. And since we chat on Google Hangouts all the time, it's like I'm laughing at her to her face, and she's just so frustrated with her kids. She has no time to be mad at me. So I mean, for me, it's a good thing Ashley has kids, and I'm just trying to look at all the positives for me. And I highly suggest you do the same, because I mean, women with kids, they don't have time to be mad at the guy because they're too busy screaming at their own crazy kids. It's perfect. It's really fucking perfect. And since I'm not the baby daddy, thank God, I'm praying to God that I'm infertile. But um, since I'm not her baby daddy, I don't owe her shit. I don't have to give her anything except for my time, and it's not because I have to so much, because I want to. I mean, because the chick, she's really cool to hang out with. I mean, if we weren't dating, we'd probably still be friends. And in a way, she is like a good friend to me. So I really think she's awesome. Ashley, you rock. So I mean, life's how you take it. I mean, life. What's the saying though? Life is what you make it. So in my case, Ashley's cool. I hope that her kids are half as cool as she is, because she's a really cool person. So keep on. Wait, one more thing. Aha. Alrighty. Oh, in your face, in your face, in your face. I have like no crotch. In your face, like Clearly, there's nothing here. Like, literally, this thing might be a vagina. You would never know because I have no crotch. Like, see, there's nothing here. What the fuck am I hitting? What the fuck am I hitting? Alright, so, yeah. But anyways, yeah, so, like, just from a guy's perspective, you just have to understand that, basically, women need love too, they need respect too. And you have, the way, again, you don't have to, like, respect her kids like they're a fucking adult or anything, especially if they're really young. You just again treat her kids the way her friends treat her kids. And if her friends treat her kids like by yelling at them, that doesn't mean it's okay to yell at them. It just means that it's you see the results of what happens when her friends yell at her kids. So just keep that in mind. Never hit the kid. That's obvious. Never say anything bad around her kids. Like try not to cuss around her kids if you can. That might be a tough one for me because I cuss a lot, especially when my mom's not around. I'm not gonna say I'm a mama's boy. I'm just gonna say I'm I'm a I'm a mama's boyaholic, and I just completely recovered. But I used to be a mama's boy, but I joined a group of people, and we talked about why we think we're a mama's boy, and stopped being mama's boy. So yeah, please subscribe. Dante Matthews, Super Zyrus channel. Subscribe, like the video, share the video to your Facebook, your Tumblr, your Google Plus, your Twitter, and tweet me out. Super Levon on Twitter. So hit me up, especially because I need help and I suck at making YouTube videos. Alright. Peace.